And then something happened in the job that I could not sustain the job anymore. Like, a lot of things went down in the job, and I was like, God, I thought that this was actually meant for me. Like, what's going on? And then I had to leave the job. I left that job because of what happened in the job. I left that job with so much pain in my heart. I was so pained, guys. I was so broken. I was so heartbroken. I'm done. Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Praise, and if this is your first time watching my video, you're welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel as I'm about to hit the 1K milestone. Thank you guys so much for coming back to watch my video. So in my last video, I was telling you guys, I was giving you guys a live update on how I've been processing life from January this year to where I am currently, and it has been a whole lot. I graduated April 2024. I signed out of school. It was really beautiful. It was beautiful. It was the most amazing time of my life, and I was really grateful to God, because at some point in your life, you just get to understand that most of the things that you worry about, most of the things that you fixate your mind on to just, how is it going to be like? How's my life going to be like? Because I remember that when I entered school, first of all, like, I didn't know, that time that when we'll be in like JS1 and then JS3 is telling us like how difficult their exam is, and we'll be so scared. Oh my God, am I going to pass? And then you get to JS3, you pass. You get SS1, you're scared of SS3 exam, and you pass. That was the same thing for me when I also got into school. The level that I was like, and I told God that I wanted this to be an avenue of growth, an avenue of experiences, and I was able to learn a whole lot of things. And this is just a reminder to us that that thing that you're currently worrying about, you don't know how you're going to get over with it, you don't know how you're going to pass this stage of your life. At the end of the day, you find out that, why was I worrying in the first place? Like, why was I even worrying in the first place? After my graduation, I told myself that I was not going to like just go back home immediately, because like I just felt that there was nothing really much waiting for me at home, and I just really wanted to start like get a job, just really wanted to be very productive immediately. I didn't even bother wanting to rest or to ball or to party or to enjoy. All that was in my mind at that particular point in my life was to get a job, was to start looking for a job. So I started looking for a job. I was searching on Indeed, on Jobaman, on anywhere I could find. And basically my own story was different, because there was this thing that people always talked about, that when you graduate from work, because I'm currently staying in Benin City. I schooled in University of Benin, and there was this thing that it's difficult to get a job. There's no job in Benin and all of that. So I had that mentality, but I knew that I was going to get a job. So I went for several interviews, but because of one offer or the other, one wanted my original graduation certificate, and at that time my original like graduation result, my original BSc result, and at that time Uniben had not released our results yet, so I couldn't like apply for the job. And then thankfully one day I was able to like get a job somewhere very close to where I was staying in school. And then I went for an interview, and the job was not bad. It was okay. I was really excited, like, oh wow, I got my first job. I was so excited about that, and I resumed work. First of all, before I resumed work, the person that interviewed us was just really open to us, and the person was like, the boss is strict. He's not even strict. No, the boss is toxic. That he shouts at people. He shouts at people. He has issues with people. He insults people. He talks badly at people. Like, I was wondering, like, okay, I can cope with that. I was like, are you sure you can do that? I was like, yeah, I can do that. I know I can do that. I believed in myself. I had so much faith I would do that. So I resumed work on Monday, and I started working. On the first day, they told us to sweep. I didn't have any issue with that because I've had job that had mandated me to sweep the office. But I feel like as a graduate now, that there are better job opportunities that I could get with the current position that I am in. I got to work first, like expecting that you as a boss, you are meeting your new worker for the first time. You're supposed to, like, ask, how are you doing? Oh, you're the new recruited staff. Oh, welcome to our company and all of that. He didn't say anything. Instead, he told me I should wait outside. And then when he now told me to go outside, the next thing he was like, I should come and sweep inside the office. I was like, okay, cool. I swept inside the office. I swept. The next thing, they gave me mob to sweep and clean the veranda. I did that. And then the next thing, they said that we are going to wash toilets. A public toilet, like, because it was like a complex. The company was like in a complex, so there were varieties of people using that particular toilet on the first day. Guys, I was exhausted. I did that job for the first and second day, and I think the third day I stopped working there, and I told them that I was not going to come back. Not because there are no people that are doing that kind of job, but because, like, my spirit just knows that this is not where I was supposed to be. Like, I I was reminding myself of scriptures, of what God has told me about myself, about who I am. And I know that this is not the right place I'm meant to work. And that was where I stopped. I spoke to the colleague, because I was already speaking with one or two persons, and I told them that I'm not coming back to this work. And because I had that conviction that I'm not meant to be there, my spirit did not just accept the place. I had that conviction that this is not where I'm supposed to be. I'm not meant to be here. And then the next day, I stopped working at the company, and I cried because, like, I really wanted the job. The salary was not so bad, and I was ready to manage the job and everything. I planned myself out, but I cried. I cried so much, like the effort, everything. Like, how am I going to get another job? I was so sad. And after that, I had to travel back home for my mom's birthday, and that was because of my mom's birthday. That was the reason why I even had the courage to resign from the job, because, like, the job is not even worth me missing my mom's birthday. And I resigned at the around the same time that I was meant to, and I resigned around the same time that I was meant to go for my mom's birthday. And then I traveled back to Asaba, Delta State, and I went for my mom's birthday. We celebrated her. I had fun with my siblings. It was really an amazing time, and I think I vlogged about that. So if you want to watch the birthday vlog, my mom's birthday vlog, you can watch the video. You can click the link and watch the video. So while I was celebrating my mom, while I was at home, like, trying to, like, be around, trying to celebrate my mom for her birthday, I was watching my status that day, and then I saw a job offer online, and it was opening. They were looking for someone. I'm like, okay, that I was going to apply. Then I had to quickly come back from home so that I could attend the interview, because they had already even moved the time for me because I was not around. So I needed to meet up. So the day that I traveled back home, I had to so immediately I had to go for my interview. So immediately I got back home from Asaba to Benin. Asaba to Benin is like 2 hours journey. And then I had to come back to my hostel in school. I changed up my outfit, and then I went for the interview. Now, as I was going for the interview, I told myself that I started going for I called the boss, and I told him, I'm on my way, I'm coming for the interview, that where am I going to meet up with him and all of that. On my way going for the interview, I entered the first bus. The journey was long. Guys, the journey was the longest journey of my life. After I entered the first bus, I thought that okay, after the ride, like the journey from the first bus, that would be the end of my journey. Maybe I'll just have to like take a bike or something to get to where I was going to. I now found out that I had to enter another bus. Hey, I was so tired. And mind you, I just came back from a journey already. I was so tired. I was so exhausted. In my mind, I was already telling myself that I'm not taking this job, that there's no way I'm going to take this job. I'm just going here because I'd already started the journey. So let me just be going like that. This job, I'm not taking it. I don't think that I was going to take the job. So I was so tired, I was so exhausted, I had given up. I told God that the only way this job can work if they actually give me like an accommodation, because I don't think I can be journeying or transport. I tried it and then I calculated, because they already told me the salary. So I estimated the salary that I might be getting, and I calculated that the transport I'll be going to and fro to the job was more than my salary. I was like, it cannot work. It's impossible. So I found out that, because that was my first time going to GRA in Benin City, because I'm staying at the Obowo axis to Obowo area. So that was my first time going to GRA. And then I got to the area at GRA, and I called the boss, and then he came, he picked me up, and he took me to the company and all. So we had not even gotten to the job, to the company at all. He had already told me about an accommodation. I'm like, God, is this you? Like, I just thought of it. Something that I just thought of. And this man was already saying it, like, you already know that. And then I got into the place, and then he told me my job description and told me if I will start. It was difficult for me because I had to move away from my comfort zone. I had to move away from something that I was already very, very comfortable with. And I had to move to the apartment that he was offering for the job role. And I had to leave Ubo to come to GRA. And then we made an agreement that I'll be leaving on Friday, because my work is from Monday to Friday and I close by 4. So by 4 on Friday, I can go back to Ubo. Then on Monday morning, I can come back. And it was okay for me. And I said, okay, you know what, I'm going to start. And that was how I moved in and I started working. Guys, I started working. I was doing my job. I was working as a secretary, executive, and I was working so I was also in charge of sales. There's a whole lot of things for me. And then something happened in the job that I could not sustain the job anymore. Like, a lot of things went down in the job. And I was like, God, I thought that this was actually meant for me. Like, what's going on? And then I had to leave the job. I left that job because of what happened in the job. I left that job with so much pain in my heart. I was so pained, guys. I was so broken. I was so heartbroken. I'm done. Like, my mates are resting. My mates are enjoying life, and I'm here trying to be so serious with life. And I said, you know what? I'm done looking for a job. That I'm going to stop looking for a job. I'm not going to look for a job anymore. And I started focusing on my relationship with God. I was doing my covenant time. I was praying. I was studying the word of God. And at that time, I was also led by Spirit to talk to one of my friend that inspires me, like, spiritually. And like I spoke to her, we talked, she inspired me, we prayed. Because when I called her, she was praying, and then I told her, you know what, I need to join this prayer with you, because like the point in my life right now, I need this. And then I joined the prayer with her, and then that was when we had the whole conversation, and she encouraged me that wherever that I don't find peace, and I'm telling you guys the same thing, if you don't find peace anywhere you are, just know that God is not there. God's peace will always abound in every, because we carry God inside of us. So his peace always moves with us. So if you are restless, if you don't have peace about a place, you have to compromise a whole lot of things because of something, then I don't think that's God's plan for you. And then I started moving with God's peace and God's plan for my life. And I started doing things that does not mandate me to like do. I started doing things that I was meant to do. I started, you know, listening to God more, following my heart and working with my passion and all of that. Mind you, while all of this was going down, I had to move from my hostel in school to go for a job that I got at GRA. I was still juggling with my business. At that time, I hadn't sold out any of my business goods, and I and I was struggling with selling out. There was just a lot of things I needed to sell. I was struggling with selling. I was trying to make the money back and all of that. Guys, after I left the job and I started focusing on God, in less than a week, I sold out all of those goods. And that was how I sold out, guys. That was how I sold out. I was so happy. I was so excited. I'm like, is this how good you are? So when I was done with selling my goods and my products, and I was on my phone again, guys, I saw a pop-up of a job interview, and I told God, I was seeing a job interview ad on I was seeing a job interview ad on the company, and I was shocked. I'm like, how is it possible that I could see this ad? And I'm like, God, is this you? Like, I told him that I'm done looking for a job, that I don't want a job, that I'm done looking for a job. And here I'm seeing it, and I had so much peace to, want to apply for this job. And like, my spirit was telling me to apply, and that was how I applied for the job. As I applied for the job, the next thing they called me for an interview, that I should come for an interview, that they saw my CV and they are very, they are happy with my CV. They love my CV, that I should come for an interview. And I went for an interview. Before I went for the interview, I prayed about the job, and I told God that these are the things that I want to see in this job. And if none of them marks or hits, this job, this requirement that I've made for this job, that I'm not going to accept the job. I went to the job, and the job, it checked every single thing. Like, the job checked every single thing that I wanted in a job, except one particular thing. But I was still very grateful to God. And guys, that was how I got a job. That was how I started working where I'm currently working right now. And to tell you also that Indeed works. Actually, if you see a job that you like on Indeed, I think you should apply, because the other one of the jobs that I got it from Indeed. And then Instagram ads, it works, guys. Instagram has a way of changing your algorithm. So if you are looking for a job, try looking towards Instagram ads, because it works, and it's going to give you the available job offers in your city or wherever that you are. That was how I got a job. Like, I was so happy that day. I was really excited. I was so grateful to God. I was like, it just needs to take that God's time, like that perfect time for your life. And I've been at this job, I think this is like almost my 6th month in this job. Normally, other jobs that I got after 2 days, the first one I told you guys, 2 days. The other one that I told you guys that I got, I had to move from school to the place. I think I did it for like 2 months or so, and I had to leave. But this one, I got peace. I was so happy that I got the job. I was so excited. So guys, this has been my story from April till July. After I got a job, what happened, what's next. And this is me telling you guys about my graduation, signing out, getting a job. Now, what next? NYSC, am I moving? Will I continue staying in the job? Will I retain staying in Benin, or am I going to be moving somewhere else? If you want to know more about this and how I was able to tackle all of these and how God has helped me to, overcome these phases of my life. If you like this video, please make sure you leave a thumbs up, click the subscription button, and turn on your post notification to be notified every single time I post a video. Bye.